Hello everybody, I'm JimmyTheSaint, and today we're going to take a look at some of the new things in the new map, Aberration, for ARK Survival Evolved. One of the first things we're going to talk about here are the mushrooms. There are some new dinos we're going to talk about, and some new crafting items and new ways of travel they even have in this new map. Let me run around and grab some of these mushrooms. You got to watch out for these red ones right here. They can sometimes cause you to have hallucinations. Let's see, the yellow ones are fine, these little brown ones and yellow ones are all fine. It's the red ones, there should be a patch of them over here somewhere. Where are they at? Ah, yes, here they are. The red ones. So if you accidentally step on some of these, they give off like a cloud of spores. You can just barely see them. There you go. And you will hallucinate. You basically start to lose health, and you crap your pants, and you start hallucinating and all that, and you can die from it if you are exposed to it for too long. There is a cure for it in these mushrooms. That's one of the things we want to talk about here. The agaveric mushrooms, let's see, why aren't these stacking? I don't guess it really matters. Anyways, the agaveric mushrooms are a cure for the hallucinations. If you take them before you walk through there, it kind of gives you a buff and prevents it. But there's several new mushrooms here. Some of them give you life, restores your life. Some of them give you act as narcotics instead of using berries. They're not necessarily a replacement for the berries, but they're kind of like used in conjunction with them. You need some of the mushrooms specifically to tame some of the certain creatures here in Aberration. And that's what we're going to talk about next, is some of the new creatures you can find here. Alright, so this is the Shinehorn. This is one of the new shoulder pets, along with the bulb dog, which is right there on the ground, and the featherlight over there in the corner. And basically, he's such a cute little fella. Basically, these are the new shoulder pets in Aberration, and they have a secondary function to give off light. That is their main function, is to give off light. The light is important here in Aberration because sometimes the nights can last for a very long time, and you go into caves and it's very dark. Well, these light pets you can turn them on and off like that. These light pets can provide you with light, but they also prevent some of the nameless creatures from attacking you. And they also have a debuff effect on the bosses here in Aberration, the Reapers specifically. So this is some of the new creatures here: the Featherlight, the Shinehorn, and we forgot to turn him off. Hang on, there we go. And you can pet him to turn him on and off. Hit the wrong thing there. There we go. Turn him off. And my favorite, the Bulb Dog. Alright, next I wanted to come outside and show you guys some of the new creatures here in Aberration. These are the ones that I've tamed so far. This is the Ravager. He's a very versatile creature that can run across all the ziplines. I'll talk a little bit more about them later. But they're a pack hunter. They're kind of like the wolves, and they get a pack bonus whenever you have 3 or more together. The highest level one gets a pack bonus. And so they're very quick, and they're very good at traversing a lot of terrain. They're good at like all-terrain vehicle. Next we have the Roll Rat here, and these things are neat. These are my favorite for gathering wood here on Aberration. They have a very strong bite that gathers wood really quickly. Their downside is they have a very slow move and a turning radius. It's really terrible. But they're fantastic at gathering wood, so that's what I keep them around for. They also have a really cool feature, let me show it to you guys here, where they can roll. They are called a roll rat after all. Basically, they can roll in there once you put a saddle on them, which is a multi-tiered saddle, like 3 people can ride on it at once. They can roll with it. It's super cool. It's a neat little way of traveling around. It can also damage stone and other creatures if you run into them, so you got to be careful with it a little bit. Next, here's the Carcano, so the crab. And this guy is one of my favorites because they can grab other dinos, smaller dinos. You can use it and you can hold them while you, say for taming purposes, you just snatch up a smaller dino and hold it steady while you knock it out. Or you can, one of the ways I use it, oh hang on, let's show off its super cool jump here. Oh, I couldn't quite get up there. But they have a very big jump. But I like to use it for using the doeds to gather stone with. You just hold them in your claw, and it's like a lawnmower. You walk around. Oh man, I didn't mean to throw him that far. Let me go rescue my wolf here, my Ravager. But yeah, I like to use them for like a lawnmower, running around hitting all the rocks with the doeds, one in each claw, and it can gather a ton of stone really quick. Let's see if we can make this jump. There we go. There's them ups. So yeah, they're really cool. They can the jump is really nice because it allows you to travel terrain, and in Aberration, you have a lot of jumps, a lot of vertical terrain to climb. So that's nice. They also have attacks. I threw them again by mistake, but they have an attack. You can attack with either claw independently with a left mouse click or a right mouse click, or you can click them both together, and he does like the double slam. Let's see. Next up here, we've got my personal favorite on the map, the Rock Drake. They have some amazing colors on these. This is the first one I got here. But what's great about the Rock Drake, they have a two-person saddle, so you can have your friend jump on, but they are amazing at traveling the terrain here in Aberration. First of all, they can glide. It's not really flying. There are no flyers here in Aberration, with the exception of the Featherlight, but you can't ride it, so it doesn't really matter. But they can climb all over all the rocks and all the terrain, and they have that awesome glide, and they even have a, like, super speed glide where they can zip to an area really quickly. I'm kind of in a tight space right here. I can't really get to do that right this second. Let's see. You bring him back over towards the base here. But these can climb pretty much anywhere. They've got that awesome glide. They're very maneuverable. They don't have like the best hit points and that sort of thing, so they're not very durable in battle. But they are extremely versatile in getting around the map, traveling, going to get loot, bringing stuff back to your base, picking somebody up who needs a hand or anything like that. Which brings us to the last one we're going to talk about here. This is the Reaper King. And as you can see, he's allergic to the light of my bulldog. It debuffs them whenever you get too close to him with a light, and that's really the only way you can kill him in the wild is to have a light on him. Well, you can kill him, but it takes much longer. These things are the T-Rexes of this map. They have high hit points, strong attack, and they have an awesome growl. They also can jump really high, like the Carcanos can, so they can travel almost anywhere. They have that cool swipe attack. They have a poison attack where they can shoot these poison balls there out of their tail, and it has a debuff on whatever it hits and slows it down. So you can, if it's a prey that's too fast, like a rock trick, it's trying to get away from you, or a Spino, you shoot it with that, it slows it down, you can run up and take it out then. Show you here in combat, this is what these guys are really made for, is combat. They're not, you know, they're not the fastest thing on the map, they're not the quickest thing of getting around, but they are beasts when it comes to combat. That's what they're made for. They're a little tricky to tame, I'll admit. I'll talk about that in another video. I'll show you guys how to tame these and get the rock drake eggs, and I'll go into a little more detail about some of the dinos in another video, but today I just kind of wanted to show you all the new things here on Aberration. Oh cool, we leveled up. We leveled him up. I love the tail swipe attack when you get in the water, all the piranha trying to get you. Whap. They're all gone. Let's get all these dinos loaded back into my base here, and we're going to talk a little bit about some of the new items in the game. Alright, no discussion of Aberration would be complete without talking about the new wingsuit. Basically, the wingsuit is a new skin that you can attach to your chest piece armor, and it allows you to glide all over the map. It's the quickest way you can get around, aside from a dino, of course, but is the quickest way you can get around on foot, and is great at getting you out of a pinch. Like if you get stuck somewhere, you get knocked off your dino, or something happens to your dino and you need to get away from a threat or whatever, this is the best way of doing it. Get a little altitude, jump, and glide your way to safety, or heck, just travel the map that way. Some of the caves you can't take dinos in, and so they're going to be really key in getting through some of the caves. Also wanted to talk about some of the other items here. Oh, is this Roll Rat? Okay, no, he's just out here. That's a wild one. I want to talk about some of the new materials you can mine here. These are some of the green gems. They're close to my base here. The green gems, well, there's 3 new gems. There's green gems, blue gems, and red gems. Let me just type in gem right here so you can highlight exactly what I'm talking about. So they're all used in different crafting recipes, from saddles, but mainly for crafting some of the more advanced things in the game. like the element. You can craft element. This is the new flower right here, the new plant. This is plant Z. If you stand here long enough, he'll drop a seed and you can go plant it in your garden. You'll have your own. But they give off light. You can see the light around me, which will keep away any watchers, Nameless, or any Reaper Kings and that sort of thing from attacking you if you're in that light. But it also heals you if you stand in that light. Heals your dinosaur while you're standing in that light if you're riding in your dinosaur. So that's useful to keep an eye out for in the wild. You can go out and fight, and you see one of those out in the wild, and you stop, and you just regain your health for a minute, get right back into the fight. Here's another one of the new items. This is the gas veins, and you'll see them in the wild. I've put my gas collector on top of it, but they just give off this pinkish glow. It's like a cloud of smoke coming out of the ground. I need to repair this, don't I? But anyways, you can collect gas balls from these. If over time that you put your gas collector on it and give it time, and gas balls collect in there. They are also used in some of the more advanced crafting recipes here on Aberration. Again, also one of the biggest ones being the element. You can start crafting element. You don't necessarily have to farm bosses anymore. With the element ore and the gas balls and some of the gems, you can craft your very own element and not have to go out fighting bosses all the time. Alright, some of the new items here you can craft. They've got glow sticks. A lot of things focus on light and Aberration, so glow sticks. Let's see, there's a charge battery. Let's see, where is that? Ziplines. The ziplines and the climbing picks, those are new. Again, allowing you, they've really focused on terrain and light in this map are two of the key things. As a zipline, you can travel back up your ziplines. As ziplines, you can travel down. Hazard suits for going down into the radiation zones. Those are important for getting reapers and rock drakes. Of course, batteries and lanterns for fighting some of those light affected creatures. One of the ways we fight reapers is to set up lanterns to give them that debuff while we fight them, to harvest there's a gland you have to harvest off of them so that you can imprint the babies when you hatch them. That's a subject for a whole nother video. As for now, that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I will go into more detail on some of these dinos in a future video, kind of break down how to tame them and what they're good for and that sort of thing, how to use them best in future videos. So if you're interested in seeing some more ARK Aberration content, please subscribe to the channel, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video, guys, post me any comments or questions down below, and hey, we'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.